Peter, Ames, Carlin. Sir, how are you?
I'm fine. Thank you very much.
Hi, Peter. Boy, did you cause some problems around here.
Sweet.
Well, we're just trying to figure out, there was a great column in the...
Wait, he just contradicted me.
No. I was being ironic.
You were talking about the Bing Lounge.
I was.
As a matter of fact, you even mentioned me.
He actually didn't talk about the Bing Lounge. That was the whole point of the
Yeah,
article,
you did.
is that
Right.
he didn't want to talk about the fact that we have a new lounge named Bing Lounge. Why not?
Yeah.
What do you have against our lounge?
Well, your corporate sponsors aren't my corporate sponsors. So, for instance, if I was the Bing writer through Oregonian, then I'd be wearing I'd be rocking that big Bing's T-shirt right now.
Yeah, but you, when you report on the game, you say PGE Park. What
Yeah,
up,
but you
brother?
see, but I never report on the game. I'm not that guy.
Okay.
I don't know games.
Now, were you slamming me here? It says the guy who really deserves an apology is KINK morning co-host Dave Scott, who had to consult his notes before attempting to wrap his tongue around the new official name.
If I meant to condemn you, I would have said the man who really deserves condemnation. That's what I would have said. In this case, no, I was thinking like that is a big mouthful of stuff. It's
Okay.
like it was like 3 times as confusing as the previous version.
So
and now here you are. They just hand you the card and say, "Read it, boy."
Go for it.
And off you go.
So let's just give a word of support, and to all you haters out there, here's a little bit of information. Number one, the Bing Lounge is going to allow us to have so many more artists that we might not have been able to get before because of its acoustics.
No.
Wait. Let me just finish. Acoustics, the size of it is such an intimate performance space that we already have people calling to get into it to record albums there. Number two, there are going to be fewer layoffs because we have a sponsorship.
I know.
All good things in the world of KINK, keeping it cool. And number three, in terms of the artists being able to put their stuff out there, they love it. It's going to be on Bing, for God's sake.
Yeah, they should, for God's sake. It's a great place. I loved it in there. I would have been there all day if I hadn't had to run off on deadline and write a mean story about it.
So you had to do it quickly. Now we get
Now
it.
the truth is told.
You know
we
how
get it.
haste makes waste? It makes a whole lot of other crap, too. Look,
Peter,
I
Ames,
thought it
Carlin
was...
going for the easy laugh right there.
See, that's what I do. That's my job.
We can relate.
It's a beautiful space. I loved being there. The sound was terrific. The video was a little out of sync, but it was the first show. What do you expect? I mean, usually at other people's first shows, the whole place catches on fire. So you guys avoided that.
We're on a roll.
You had an ice sculpture that was really cool. Didn't get around to mentioning that. Though mysteriously,
how did that not make it into your snarky attitude?
it was totally going to be there, but then it just got subsumed by all that other stuff. But then it was just... but no, the place itself is fantastic. It was a great venue. I really dug it. It sounded terrific. I could sense like it's going to be a fantastic thing because artists are in fact going to want to come out of their way to play that space.
Yeah.
And and then all your brother and sister stations are going to be able to put on events there. So it's going to be a nice, and right here in the center of Dolesville business part of town. And I'm looking at my office right now when I say that, so
Yeah.
I'm not excusing myself.
How do you keep your job, by the way, Peter?
They keep asking me that every day.
So you've got some cool stuff coming up. By the way, your McCartney book, love it. You're such a good writer, and you obviously understand the man. Did he ever give you the blurb you were hoping for?
Lordy, no. But he did tell the AP that he hadn't read it.
I think that's something.
And then he explained why. Which I thought was, well, that's cool, At least he has a whole, set of... He sat in the shower one day and came up with a whole set of reasons as to why he would specifically not read my book. And I thought, well, that's good enough.
He's at least thinking about you.
Yeah, it's nice to know.
God.
Well, we're glad you could come up. You could, get the feel of our new space. We wanted to get the movers and the shakers in town to become familiar with this particular version of KINK's history. And it was good to see you again, Peter Ames Carlin, from an unnamed newspaper here in Portland.
Speaking of, look for an unnamed blog to begin, along with an unnamed column to begin, at an unnamed newspaper from an unnamed reporter. God, this is so difficult to do.
Ooh, this is payback is a bitch. I'm speechless.
Peter, you know we love you.
Oh,
you know
and vice
we love
versa.
you. Yeah.
That's why we make the fun,
Thank you. Good stuff.